Well, good day everybody. It's Lance Letain here, so I will start off with our safety disclaimer as per usual. So these classes and what I say is not medical advice. Please consult with your healthcare professionals before making changes to manage your health. This presentation does not represent Parkinson Canada's endorsement of products or treatment related to Parkinson's disease. This presentation is meant to provide general information. If you have specific questions about managing Parkinson's disease for yourself or others, please contact info@parkinson.ca, or you can always call 1-800-565-3000. Well, hello everybody, it's Lance Letain. This is your at-home workout class number 39. I am the events coordinator here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, for our neighbors to the south. And yes, I'm also your class instructor. I'm a recent kinesiology graduate from the University of Winnipeg. And yeah, I always took an interest in physical activity and the active adult. So I had the opportunity to work with Parkinson Canada and I hopped at it, and I'm so grateful that I did. I really cherish working with the Parkinson community. I was also a master trainer for the Stepping Up with Confidence program here in Manitoba. So yeah, I've been doing this for a little while now, and I really enjoy it. The live broadcasts are brought to you by Parkinson Canada, and they are hosted on the Parkinson Canada Super Walk group page. Join us live every Monday, Tuesday, and Friday at 1:30 Central Time. For the recorded classes, we post the classes on the Parkinson Canada YouTube channel. To watch that, all you have to do is subscribe, or you can always go to the Parkinson Canada Manitoba Facebook group page. Wow, that's a mouthful. So yes, on the Superwalk group page, or on the Superwalk website, you will notice that there is the movement, and the movement is a monthly challenge for those people that have registered for Superwalk. And the goal is to encourage people to get at least 150 minutes of moderate to vigorous exercise per week. And that 150 minutes, that's on the lower end of the scale. So if you can get more, try and get more. It's also, we just feel that it's kind of keeping us more engaged with you, our participants. So I think that's a good thing. And also want to mention that with the movement, if you become part of it and you want to participate, there are some fantastic prizes to be won. For the month of May, the movement challenge was the predictive exercise. For the month of June was the chance to dance, where there was a collective dance experience. The month of July, where we're in right now, this is exercise classes being brought to you virtual online. And for next month, month of August, we're looking at the 100,000 step challenge. And of course, come September, it's the Super Walk itself. And the date is Saturday, September the 12th. Goals, yes. So we want to have fun, but we also need to get in our 150 minutes of exercise. And exercise really does help you, if you're living with Parkinson's disease, manage the symptoms as best that you can, along of course with your medication. For those of you that are taking medication, for those of you that have had DBS or deep brain stimulation, you're not taking medication anymore, but we can still exercise. As Blair Sigurdsson can attest to, it's very important to keep on exercising. So we are looking, I just want to touch base with difference between pain and soreness before we get going here. So when we are exercising, if you are experiencing pain, like a sharp pain, stop. You don't need to do that. So if it's a pain in one arm, just do the exercise with the other arm. But if it's soreness, that's something different altogether. Soreness we can work through. Maybe if you're just starting off exercise for the first time in a while, you will be sore, and sometimes it'll be days after that you'll be sore. That's okay. Your body will adjust, you will adapt, and you'll get better. So that's a good thing. Again, pain, we are looking to avoid pain at all costs. Just a few quick shout outs here before we get right into the class. I'm giving the shout out to the top 10 walkers, top 10 fundraisers for this year's Super Walk to date. So at number 10 we have Lewis McCann. Number 9, Pat Evans. Number 8, Elizabeth Tansley. Number 7, Louise Trinetz. Louise, awesome garage sales as per usual. Number 6, Sadia Bacchus. Number 5, Joe Vancouver. And you'll probably recognize that last name. It is a famous last name. Number 4, Santha Krishnamurthy. Sorry about that, Santha. And then number 3, Blake Bell. Number 2, Earl Conway. And number 1, Ralph Richardson. If you don't know who Ralph Richardson is, check him out. You'll find him on the Superwalk website. It is just a fantastic story out of Nova Scotia. I won't say any more because I don't want to ruin the surprise, but please check out what Ralph Richardson is doing in his driveway where he lives in Nova Scotia. It is going to definitely put a smile on your face. Very motivational. Okay, so with that, I'm going to back up and I'm going to start the classes here and lose my glasses. Okay, so we're going to start off the same way we always do. We start off with deep breathing. So let's close our eyes. You're going to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Last one, in through your nose and out through your mouth. Continuing to keep your eyes closed, just focusing on the here, focusing on the now. Nothing else matters. Opening our eyes. Okay, so now you know what we do. We are going to do our slap, clap, snap. So that's I'm going to ask you to slap your thighs 5 times, clap your hands 5 times, snap your fingers 5 times. We're going to go 5 down to 1 and back to 5. If you're new to this, follow along. It won't take too long to get caught up with what's going on here. Okay, let's think of our posture, sitting up nice and straight, shoulders back. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Yeah, so we're in our warm-up. We're not only getting our body ready for exercise, but we're also getting our brain ready for exercise to follow along. So we like to do that fun activity because it does kind of clue us in as to what we're going to be getting ready for here. Okay, so let's again, sitting up nice and straight, we're going to do some finger touches today to start our warm-up off. So we're going to start off with our index, middle, ring, pinky. Index, middle, ring, and pinky. Index, middle, ring, and pinky. One more, index, middle, ring, and pinky. Okay, so now we're just going to swing our arms forward up to shoulder height and back, forward and back, forward. And this time when we go forward, let's make a fist and down, fist and down. So we're doing our fists to try and increase our grip strength. And down, fist and down. 2 more, up and down, up and down. All right, so from there we're going to do some side toe taps. We're just going to go side together, side, together, side, together, side, together. Okay, so our body's slowly getting ready here, getting up to speed. So you'll probably notice a slight increase of your heart rate and your breathing rate. That's all normal and natural. That's what we're looking for. Now is a really good time to evaluate how you're feeling. If you're feeling up to following through with the next 45-50 minutes worth of exercise, if you're not feeling up to it, you don't have to exercise right now. These classes are all recorded, and you can come back to them when you're feeling a little bit better. Maybe you just need to lie down for about 15 minutes. I know naps are a beautiful thing. They can do wonders for a person. Side, together, side, together. 4 more. Here's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so that's our warm-up. So for those of you that need to grab a sip of water, now would be a great time to have a sip of water. And yeah, just come back. So just make sure that the area that you're going to be exercising in, it's a nice safe area. So if you have a coffee table nearby, and perhaps you can move that off to the side so that it's not going to be a hazard. If you were to fall, we don't want you to hit your head on the edge of a coffee table. If you're wearing some shoes, ideally if you're wearing some shoes that you can tie up or have Velcro or nicely snug and fit you very well, that's great. If you're wearing flip-flops or sandals, I would probably suggest you take them off and go barefoot. That's safer than wearing flip-flops or sandals. Yes, so anywhere along the way, again, if you're feeling any pain, you can stop. Soreness is different. And if you need to have a sip of water, by all means, just grab a sip of water and come back and join us. So we're going to enter the cardiovascular section of our class here. So we're looking at about 15 to 20 minutes worth of continuous exercise. So if anywhere along the way you kind of get lost with any of my directions or any of the choreography, that's okay. Just keep on moving. The more body parts that you have moving, the better it is. And then you can come back, and when you find that it's something that you can follow, you can join right back in. So we're going to start off with a little bit of cross-country skiing. I know it's the dead of summer right now, it's hot, but cross-country skiing is one of the best activities that we can be doing because we're really engaging with our upper body and our lower body. So we're going to start off with our arms. We're just going forward, just like this. If you bring your hands up to shoulder height, that would be ideal. Throughout these classes, I'll be demonstrating all the moves, both sitting down and standing up. So you find what's best for you and you can stay with it. So if you feel like more comfortable standing up, by all means stand up. For those of you that are sitting down and you want to sit down, continue to sit down. Again, find your comfort zone. We want you to be safe, but we also want you to be able to challenge yourself. So we're looking for that moderate to vigorous exercise intensity level, and a great way to measure that is the talk test. If you're able to exercise and talk at the same time, but it's going to take a little bit of effort to talk, that's sort of the intensity level we are looking at. So just keep on going on. All right, I got my earbuds going off here, so just give me a quick second. Keep on moving. I need to take off my earbuds because they are overheating. Okay, sorry about that, gang. My earbuds were overheating, so no earbuds. It's going to be the microphone off the phone. Okay, arms going. Okay, let's pick it up a little bit. Alright, yes, I'm sitting in the blazing sun, so those earbuds started to toast up a little bit, and they need to cool down. I should probably move them into the shade here. There we go, that's much better. Okay, so let's go a little bit faster with our arms, keeping our lower body nice and quiet right now. Okay, so now we're going to do 2 on one side and 2 on the other side. Ready, gang? Here we go. 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and now we're doing 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3. Now we're doing 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Last 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now let's alternate. Okay. Alright, so if you have one arm that's bad, like say you have a bad shoulder, which is quite a common occurrence, you don't have to do both sides. You can just do one side. Again, we're not looking for pain. Soreness is different. But if you have pain, I want you to stop doing the movement on that one side. Okay, so these are our arms. We got that figured out. Now, let's go for our legs. I'm going to stand up to demonstrate the legs, so no arms. So for our legs in cross-country skiing, we're stepping back, together, back, together, back, together, back, together. All right, so that's what the legs look like. Back, together. So, if you find it a little bit easy, we can change the intensity level, and we can do that by either having larger movements, like reaching further back like that, or we can have quicker movements. For today, we're going to do some quicker movements, which means we're picking up the pace. So just our legs for now. We're going to pick up the pace in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Back together and back together. Back together, back together. All right. Back together, and back together. All right. Think we can go a little bit faster? Let's give it a go. Back together and back together. Together and back. Picking up the pace. Back together and back together. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowing it down. Okay, so now comes the time. We're going to add our arms. I'm going to do it from a seated position, like I said. Everything that can be done standing up can also be done from sitting down. It's going to be a little bit awkward sitting down because you're going to have to move your feet to the side. So you're going to have to lift your hips. You're going to have to rotate your hips a little bit. So let's add our arms. So if our right leg is going back, our left arm should be going forward. If you can't get that figured out, that's okay. Do what you can. So here we go. So skiing in the middle of July. Again, the more body parts that we have moving, the better it is. It's going to be harder to do. It's going to burn more calories. But again, it's like that bank that kind of gives you interest. So what you put in, you're going to get more in return. So if you put a lot of effort into your exercise, you're going to get more of a return on your energy levels coming back. Okay, so we got this pace down, back and back, back and back. All right, so we're going to challenge ourselves. Again, we're looking to get closer to the vigorous end of the intensity level here on the scale. So we're going to pick up the pace in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Back and back, back and back, back and back, back and back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, slowing it down, a little bit more skiing, then we're going to change up the activity altogether. Back and back, back and back, back and back, back and back. All right, so were you able to keep up? Good for you. Back and back, back and back. Okay, so let's change this cross-country skiing into a march. There we go. Transition using the same muscles, using them a little bit differently. And that feels good to change things up. March, march, march and march. 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 Okay, we're going to go for a little bit of a run, then we're going to change it up into some modified jumping jacks. If you hear the word jumping jacks, don't worry, it's a modified version, so we're not going to be jumping up and down. It is a great exercise, and it's a lot of fun too. So, but first, we're going for a run. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. March, march, march and march. March, march, march and march. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, that was a good run. Alright, slowing it down. Now we're going to transition into modified jumping jacks. So I'm going to stand up. Again, this can all be done from a seated position too. I'm going to demonstrate standing up, but I'm going to do them sitting down. So stopping still. So we'll start off with our legs first. So it's toe tap to the side and together. Side, together. Side, together. Side, together. Tap and tap. Tap and tap. Tap and tap. Tap. And so, before we get into the modified jumping jack, we're going to go for a little period of maybe 30 seconds here of making our toe taps to the side a little bit faster without our arms. Ready, gang? Here we go. Tap together and tap together. Tap together and tap together. Tap and tap. Tap and tap. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, slowing it down. Tap and tap. Tap. So now comes the arms. If you can't follow along with the arms, that's okay. You can just do the lower body, or you can just do the arms itself. So the arms are going to look just like this. So it's a modified jumping jack. We're still doing our toe taps to the side. We're going to slow things down and tap, tap, and tap. Again, the more muscles that we're using, the better it is for us. So you can see how it's similar to the jumping jack that you probably did when you were younger, but a little bit different. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, let's march it out. That's some good deltoid work. So your deltoid's like in your shoulder area here. March, march. Yeah, that's some really good deltoid work. March, 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 and march. I hear all the birds in my little neighborhood here in Winnipeg. Very busy this morning. It's all good. March, 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 and march. Hopefully I don't have anybody coming by to cut the lawn like this happened in previous days. It's nice to hear the birds, being able to focus how good you're feeling. March, 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 and march. March, 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 and march. Okay, so from here, no arms, just our legs. We're going to try and transition into a V-step, but we're going to take it one step at a time. So we're going to start off with a heel tap in front and back tap, and back, tap, and back, tap, and back. Let's add some arms, do some bicep curls, tap, and back, tap, and back, tap, and back. Okay, so now that we got this figured out, we're going to change it up a little bit. So instead of putting one heel out and then the same heel back, we're going to put one heel out and the other heel out, and we're going to bring our feet back one at a time. So it's going to look like this: out, out, back, and back, out, out, back, and back. If your arms are messing you up, just do the lower body, back and back, out and out, back and back. Alright, so we got the legs. For those of you that want to keep on doing upper body, you can definitely keep on doing that. So let's pick up the pace a little bit before we change it into a V-step and back. So we're going to out, out, back and back, out, out, back and back, out, out, back, or faster even, out, back and back, out, out, back and back, out, out, back and back, out, out, back and back, back and back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowing it down. Out, out, back, and back. Okay, so now we're going to try to do the V-step. So just imagine that there's a clock at your feet. We're going to be putting our feet at the 2 o'clock position, and then the 10 o'clock position, and then we're going to bring both our feet back to the 6 o'clock position. I'm going to do this standing up. Out, back, and back. Out, out, back, and back. Okay, here we go. 2 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 6 o'clock, back. 2, 10, 6, and 6. 2, 10, 6, and 6. 2, 6, and 6. Okay, so how about we try and add some arms? 2, 10, 6, and 6. 2, 10, 2 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 6 o'clock, back. 2, 10, 6, and 6. Okay, so now comes the time we're going to make it a little bit harder for ourselves. We're going to pick up the pace. We're going to go a little bit faster. If you find it too fast, you can stay nice and slow. Or if you find it too hard to do it with your arms and legs, just do the legs. 10, 6, and 6. Here we go. 2, 10, 6, and 6. 2 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 6 o'clock, back. 2, 2, 10, 6, and 6. 2 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 6 o'clock, back. 2, 10, 6, and 6. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, just slowing it down. So 2, 10, 6, and 6. 2 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 6 o'clock, back. 2, 10, 6, and 6. Alright, so believe it or not, we're almost done our cardio section here. So we've done our cardio warm-up. We're almost done our cardio. We'll then be getting into our cardio cool-down. Now it's really important that we do a cardio cool-down as we get older. Our heart and our body has changed, so it would be pretty drastic if we were just to stop exercising. So we want to slow things down. We want to bring our heart rate down, bringing our breathing rate down before we transition into our strength training. So that's what the cardio cool down is all about, 2 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 6 o'clock, back. 2, 10, 6, and 6, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now let's march. March and march. Slowing it down. March and march. March and march. March and march. For those of you that are sitting down and doing this, good for you. It's actually harder to do a lot of these exercises from a sitting position. So if you're able to keep up, I think that's fantastic. March, march, march and march. March, march, march and march. Okay, no arms, just our legs. Marching on the spot. March, march, march and march. Keep it going. March, march, march and march. How does that feel? Okay. So from here, we're going to transition into just our arms. Slowing things down. Bringing your heart rate down. March, march. Marching arms only. Alright, so how about now? We're going to transition into picking some apples. So we're going to reach up across our body, grab those apples, pull it down, put it in the basket, up and across, and down, across, and down. There we go. Slowly bringing your heart rate down, across, and down. If it hurts your shoulders too much to be reaching up high, you don't have to reach up high. You can reach down low. That works for me too. Just reach down low. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so we have just finished our cardio cool down. We finished our cardio and we did our warm up. So now is a great time to grab a sip of water if you need to have a sip of water, because we're going to transition into our strength training. And today we're going to focus on, we're not going to be using any hand weights or any resistance at all, so no tubing or elastics. We're just going to be using gravity and our own body weight to do our strength training. Today's class, I really want to focus on falls prevention. So we're going to be focusing on the muscles in our legs here that are responsible for keeping us upright. So it will take a little bit of work. If you need to have a break anywhere along the way, by all means, you take a break. It's not a competition. So you know me, I like to try and get the tough stuff out of the way first. So we're going to start off with our sit to stand. If you can only stand that much, if you can only stand an inch or 2 inches, that's great. That's all we're looking for. But if you can do a full stand, that's awesome as well. Again, we're looking for those sit to stands. They will be helping us. Just imagine yourself getting on and off a toilet, or transitioning from one chair to another chair, or trying to transition from a chair into a bed. It's going to require standing up just a little bit if you can. So thinking of that, I'm going to give you a profile shot to show you what I'm talking about and to demonstrate the way I want you to execute everything. So you're going to be sitting up nice and straight. Try and get your buttocks towards the end of the chair. Pull our shoulders back. Feet. You definitely want your feet wider than your shoulders. So the nice wide, when your feet are nice and wide, it's going to distribute your weight a little bit over a larger area, giving you better stability. So standing up nice and straight. Arms out in front. If you need to use your arm rests, you can use your arm rests. Standing up, 2, 3, and down, 2, 3. That's 1. So notice when I'm going down, I'm going to shoot my butt to the back. So I'm not bending over on my upper body. I'm simply just shooting my butt to the back. Pushing it back. This is tough work. So we're working our quadriceps right now and our glutes. These are some of the larger muscles in our body. Up and down. One more. Up and down. Woo, it's toasty in the sun. Okay, so we've done that. We're now going to try and raise our knees like we're climbing stairs. So you can do this from a standing position if you want. I'm going to do them sitting down. So we're raising our knees up, our leg out, back, and down. So that's the way it's going to look. We're going to do 4 on each leg, and then we'll transition into something else. Here we go. So 1, 2, 3, up, 3, 2, 1, out, 1, 2, 3, back, 3, 2, 1, down. That's 1. Here's 2. Again, the slower you can do this, the better it is. Halfway done. Here's 3. And back. 1 more. Up. Out. Back. And down. If you're doing this sitting down, you know how hard that is to do. It's actually easier to do standing up. So what we do to one side, we got to do to the other. So we're always looking for balance whenever we're exercising. So again, sitting up nice and straight, shoulders back. Let's put a smile on our face. He's going up, out, back, and down. That's 1. Up, out, back, and down. That's 2. This is 3. Back and down. 1 more. Up, out, back, and down. Oh man, that's some tough work. Okay, we're going to try our sit to stands again. We're only going to do 4 this time though. Again, really think of your posture and think of the movements that you're doing. So we don't want you bending over. I want you to have a nice straight back, and everything is being done with the legs here. If you do need to use the armrests on your chair, you can use them, but if you don't have to, let's try not to use them. Again, we're getting our feet wider than our shoulders. We're sitting up nice and straight, and we're standing up, 2, 3, and down, 2, 3. That's 1, 2, down, shooting your butt back. Here's 3. Down, last 1, up, and down. Oh man, it is toasty out here. That's some tough work. Okay, now we're going to try some side leg lifts, or actually some straight leg lifts to the front. I'm going to face the camera for this one. So what I want you to do is stick one leg out, sitting up nice and straight, and we're lifting our leg straight up and down. We're going to do 6. Ready, gang? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Up. 3, 2, 1. Down. 1, 2, 3. Up. 3, 2, 1. Down. All right. You got that figured out? Again, this is tougher if you're sitting down. So if you need to have a break, you can only do 2. You can only do 2. If you can do 6, we're going for the full 6. And down. 2 more. Up. And down. Last 1. Up. And down. All right. Tough work. Now we're going to transition to the other leg. Sitting up nice and straight. Legs straight as well. Up. And down. Here's 2. And down. Here's 3. And down. 4. And down. All right. We'll stop at 4. That's some tough work. Okay, now we're going to do our chair crunches. So we're going to work on our abdominal core here. And we use these muscles for getting out of bed in the morning or just sitting up upright. And it also helps with our digestion. If we have a strong muscles, a strong core, it will help with digestion as well. So I'm going to demonstrate some side profiles. So what I want you to do, I want you to get your buttocks towards the end of your chair, sitting up nice and straight. feet out in front. Try not to tuck your feet underneath the legs of the chair, because then your legs are doing the work, but we're looking to actually exercise our abdominal core here. So I'm going to sit up nice and straight. I'm going to have my arms out in front. I'm leaning back to my shoulder blades, touch the chair, and sitting back up. That's 1. Here's 2. And 3. Breathe out. Here's 4. This is 5. And 6. Oh man, that's some tough work. Let's stretch out our abdomen, our obliques. You can twist your trunk to the side, grabbing to the side of your chair. You should feel the stretch along the side of your body here. That's what we're looking for. What we do to one side, we're going to do to the other. Oh, that feels good. That feels glorious. Okay, we're going to try and do 6 more. So leaning back all the way. And up. That's 1. This is 2. Here's 3. And 4. 2 more. Come on, guys. 2 more. We can do it. Here's down. And up. Last one. Down. And up. Oh man, that's some tough work. Alright, the good thing is we just finished our strength training. So we spent a lot of the time working on our leg muscles. Again, I'm really particular about trying to prevent falls. So the more that we can engage and keep our muscles at least stabilize what we have for our muscle mass, that's a good thing. Ideally, it'd be nice to grow some more. It does get more challenging as we get older. It's part of the aging process. But when we are exercising, we're at least maintaining what we do have. Okay, so now we're going to transition into our balance training. And if you're sitting down, that's okay. Continue to sit down. We're going to lean forward. Now, for those of you that are on chairs, you know that it can get a little bit challenging to try and get out of a chair. So, just thinking of that, working on our balance, I want you leaning forward and resting the weight of your upper body on the balls of your feet. Not your toes, but the balls of your feet. Reaching forward, holding it there, head held high, and back. Let's try that again. Let's hold our heads high, continuing to breathe. Head held high, continuing to breathe, and back. Okay, 2 more times, leaning forward, resting your upper body weight on the balls of your feet, holding it there, and back. 1 more, looking forward, resting our upper body on the balls of our feet, and back. Okay, so if you're not able to stand up, that's okay. You can continue to work on that, or you can just wait a few minutes while we transition through some of our balance exercises that do require us to stand up. So we're going to start off with our 1-leg stand. I'm going to have a chair to hang on to. It's just nice to have a chair around just in case you need something to help stabilize yourself. So we're going to bring our knee up. It does help if you stick your arms out. There's going to be some strength training involved here, but we're working on our balance ultimately. We do to one side, we got to do to the other. Raising our knee up, holding it there. If you need to hang on to something, you can hang on to something. If you don't need to hang on to something, you don't need to. And our brain is processing all this information at all the time. It's sending signals to our muscles to make those little micro adjustments in order for us to stand upright. So this is something that if you work at, you will get better at. And down. We'll do 1 more time, each leg. Knee up, holding it there. There you go. Again, this does get easier with practice, but always have a chair nearby. If you need to hang on to something, you hang on to that. Again, it's not a competition. And down. Last leg. Up. Holding it there. Some people can make it more challenging for themselves by closing one eye or closing the other. Our sight is really important for our balance, as is our hearing, believe it or not. Our inner ear really helps us with our balance. And down. Okay, now we're going to shift our weight from one side to the next. I'm hanging on to a chair here, leaning over to the side. You will find it will help if you stick your arm out. And now we go to the other side. Keeping your toe on the ground. For those of you that don't need to, you can bring your foot up off the ground. You can let go of the wall or the chair. I'm going to hang on, holding it there. Head on high. Let's think of our posture. Okay, one more time, each side, shifting our weight. This is something that you can do while you're washing dishes as well. You could be washing dishes and you're working on your balance. But you have a counter to hang on to just in case you need to. There's lots of little different ways to squeeze some exercise in. That's just one of them. Say washing dishes, or you could be brushing your teeth and doing the same sort of thing. The more practice we get, the more perfect practice we get, the better it is. And other side. Okay, from here we're going to work on our rocking. So what I'm going to ask you to do is keep your feet nice and wide, and then you're going to stagger your feet so one foot's in front of the other. We're going to rock forward and back. If you need to hang on to a chair, you can hang on to a chair or a wall. Forward and back. Forward and back. One more time. Forward and back. Okay, we'll finish off our balance training. We're going to squeeze some stretching in there as well. We're going to do a calf stretch. So this is going to require you to hang onto a chair or have your hands on the wall. So your feet are side by side. You're going to kick one leg back. You're going to press your toe down, and then you're going to press your heel down. So you should feel the stretch along the back side of your lower leg. Holding it there. That feels good. Hold that stretch. Feet together. Foot back, toe down. Press your heel down. Hold that stretch. Oh, that feels so good. One more time, each side. Foot back, toe down. Press that heel down. Head held high. Together. Another foot, toe down, heel down. Oh, that feels good. All right. Well, we just finished our balance training. Now we're going to do a little bit of flexibility. So we're almost done this class, believe it or not. So we're going to stretch out our thigh first. We don't do this one very often, but it is a good one to know. So we're going to be stretching out our quadricep. That's the muscles right at the front of your top part of your leg here. So I'm going to be reaching down, grabbing my foot, pulling back. You should feel the stretch along the front side, the top part of your leg. Thinking of your posture. Oh, that feels good. And down, other side. Oh, yes. Hold that stretch. Oh, that feels glorious. Okay, from here we're going to do our hip stretch. So there's two ways to stretch our hip. One way is to simply cross your legs like this, and you're going to pull back on your legs. So you should feel the stretch along the outside of your legs, so around your hip region. And for those of you that have the flexibility, you can cross your leg like this, and you're going to press down on your knee. And again, it's going to be stretching that same region of your hips. little bit more effective doing it this way, but it's also more challenging as well, especially for anybody that's had hip replacement or knee replacement. Hold that stretch and down. We're going to change the legs. This time I'm just going to stretch like this, but if you can cross your legs the other way, you can do it that way. So I'm pulling back on my knee like this, feeling a stretch along the outside of my hip, sitting up nice and straight, holding it there. Oh yeah, that feels good. Okay, now we're going to stretch our inner thigh, so that's going to require us to stick one leg out to the side. You're going to place your body weight, your upper body weight on this knee. You should feel the stretch along your groin area, so your inner thigh. That too feels really, really good. Holding that stretch. What we do to one side, we're going to do to the other, so we're sticking out our leg. Holding it there. Feeling the stretch along your inner thigh. Okay, now we're going to stretch our lower back. For that, we're just going to sit down. You're going to put your hands underneath your leg. You're going to lift straight up. You should feel a little stretch along your lower back. That feels really nice. If you've been sitting all day, or if you're forced to sit down all day, you know how good this feels on your back. And down. What we do to one leg, we're going to do to the other. Straight up. Hello, Mr. Squirrel. Doesn't sound very happy. Holding it there. We're going to stretch our upper back. For that, I'm going to ask you to interlock your fingers like this. Then you're going to put your palms out. You're going to raise your hands above your head if you can. If you can't raise your hands above your head, that's fine. Just raise them out in front of you. Holding that stretch. Oh, that feels good. And now we're going to do our tricep stretch. So for that, I'm going to ask you to swoop this hand up underneath. You're going to grab your elbow, and you're just going to bring your arm closer into your body. So you should feel the stretch along the top part of the back side of your arm. Your tricep muscles. Our tricep muscles are really important for anything extending. So when we're reaching out, those are the tricep muscles that we're using. Let's open up nice and wide. Let's stretch our chest. Bring your arms back. You should feel a stretch right there. That feels so, so good. Now we're going to swoop up underneath, grabbing your elbow, bringing your arm in tight to your body, just like this. Thinking of a posture. Excuse me. Opening up nice and wide again. Holding that stretch. Oh, that feels good. Okay, now we're going to transition into our Parkinson specific exercises here. So, oh, it feels so good to be in the shade. Alright, so what we're going to work out with first is we're going to work on our smiles. Let's work on our great big smiles. There we go, great big smile. Hold it, hold it. We're working on that Parkinson mask. Hold that smile. And relax. Now we're going to open up our jaw. These are the muscles involved with chewing, so nice and wide. Go back to a big smile. Great big smile. There we go. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And opening our jaw. Now we're going to try and raise our eyebrows. So raise your eyebrows as high as you can. Great big eyebrows, as high as you can. And relax. Now we're going to work on our peripheral vision, so looking sideways. All these tiny little muscles people take for granted. Back to neutral. peripheral vision, other side, looking to the side. Okay, and back. Now we're going to do our side cheek stretch. So that's going to require us to put our palm of our hand on our cheek. You're pulling to the side and up. We're trying to keep those muscles along the side of our mouth nice and loose, so we can make those little micro adjustments so that we don't drool. Holding it there. And relax. What we do to one side, we're going to do to the other. So you're pulling to the side and up. Oh, it feels good. Okay, let's work on our vowels now. If you can do it in front of the mirror, practice these in front of the mirror. It's amazing when you see yourself doing something and you realize, wow, maybe I'm not opening my mouth as much as I should be. So I'd like you to try and do this in front of the mirror if you can. We're going to do our vowels. So they are A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U. One more time. A, E, I, O, U. Okay, now we're going to work on, excuse me, we're going to do some tongue exercises. We're going to stick our tongue out and up. And relax. Now we're going to go out and down. Out and to the side. And out to that side. All right, so that's it for today. I really want to thank you for participating in today's class. It means a lot to me whenever I hear from you guys. So if you have any messages, by all means, send me messages either in any of the Facebook group pages, and I'll be sure to get back to you. And for those of you on YouTube, you can also try and leave some messages there. Or if you want, I understand that it's not always easy to ask a question or to suggest something in a group setting when you don't necessarily know everybody. So if you want, you can always send me a private message. Just on Facebook. You can send me via Messenger, and I will get back to you. So until I next see you, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.